some of the people who are in this room are movers and shakers. And one of them belongs to the hotel industry. And they are affirming that the touch of class that is here is way above standard. Sasa situjipigie makofi. Karibu sana, Daniel.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Trophy, I think I'll pick a bone with you. Putting me after Coach Betty is very intimidating. Anyway, my name is Daniel Muigai. Some call me MD. Maybe that's how we've interacted on WhatsApp. I'm a husband and a father of 3. Professionally, I'm a telecommunication engineer, and so I do a lot of ICT projects. So I'm here just to speak briefly about my journey with TKC, with Coach Irene, and where we are heading even as we move on. Like the firstborn says, like we like to call her, like our firstborn says, we began early in 2021. We had a recruitment. You guys are so lucky that nowadays it's actually an invite. Who wants to come? Would you like? Would you? Those days, actually, we had to go through an interview personally with Coach Irene, and should ask very specific questions. Why do you think you need to be at TKC? And to be honest, I've never told Coach this, but those questions actually provoked me. I'm the kind of person that would always want to find out what is this, what is next, what is into this. And so I was like, wow, I'm actually the one interested in the program, but then the coach is the one asking me to give reasons as to why I'm interested. Does it not sound funny? It provokes you. And so I was like, okay. So I took some time to respond to that text message because I needed to recollect myself. And after responding, then she says, okay. And so there were like 3 questions, and then we responded, and she said, okay, then I think you are right. And so in 2021, we started the journey. And like Mercy said, it's been a journey, an interesting journey. And why was it interesting? Because personally for me, I was at this point in my life where, I don't know if some of us are in that place or you've been in that place, but I was like, I've heard so much about people saying, I heard the Lord. That sound familiar? I heard the Lord say to me, I heard the Lord. And I was like, why can't I be in that place where I can say, I heard the Lord say to me? So that for me was actually my interest. I wanted to know, hey, how do these people get to this place? Is it really true that the Lord speaks to people? And in what language does he speak? And how do you get to know he's speaking? Those were actually my questions. And so I enrolled and we started the journey. Because Coach Irene was very clear that our number one objective is intimacy with God. And I was like, wow, I think I'm in for this, right? And we began. And every time Coach Irene would speak or any of the speakers would come, one of the things that I picked, and you will attest to this, is that there is always God at the center of everything. True or false? Whatever it is, you walk around, Coach Irene, you have no option but to love God. And I'm saying this not because we've even interacted at a physical level. Interestingly, I'm meeting Coach Irene today physically for the first time. Can you imagine? For the first time. But yes, that has been the journey. And we went in, we studied the Bible. We did not listen to some funny theories or stories, but we studied the Bible day in, day out. And I'll be honest with you, at times, I would come into those discussions and the conversation is full of ladies in that conversation. And I'm there, sometimes I have to do the silent kind of conversation. But then the value that I was gleaning from all this conversation is what kept me there. I got closer. I learned a lot. Not just rediscovering the kingdom, but even just how do you interact with God. And today I can stand here and say, where I was in 2020 is not where I am today. So the objective of intimacy with God, personally to my life, continues to be, and it is something that I treasure so much. 2 other points before Trufi comes in. So the other things along the journey, and this is very important, is we had several speakers. One key that I picked is actually Coach Kezi, Mokiri. And one of these days she came and spoke boldly. There are 2 statements that she kept on saying: collaboration and cooperation, collaboration. That if we are going to make any steps, these 2 C's will become very important. And I picked that. I ran with it. And towards the end of last year, we joined hands together with people in the same industry, and we were able to form up a company, an ICT consulting company, courtesy of all that we are picking. And just 2 months ago, we signed our very first major contract. And so this is journey we are moving on. So increased income is not a story, but it's a reality. I am looking forward for the next 52. See you in class. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for sharing practically how these 52 weeks have made a great transformation in your life.